Hello and welcome to the TCS series. For this video, let's walk through the first use case that we're going to demonstrate, which is the new endpoint creation using TCS. So the editor logs in to the system, which is the dev environment, and creates a custom API path along with a sample payload. They generate and adjust the schema, and after a dry run to test the payload, the endpoint is sent for approval. Once approved, the endpoint is exported and deployed to UAT. This entire process from creation to deployment is now independent from any development bottlenecks. So we'll be demonstrating this now on the system. So let's move there. All right, so I'm at the dev environment. I'm going to log in with my editor role. So just this ID. Okay, so I've logged in, and as you can see, we have three modules here. The first is dynamic event monitoring, the second is data enrichment, and the third is cron job management. For this video and for this use case, we'll be going into dynamic event monitoring, where we'll basically be configuring the ingestion of a certain transaction type for DEMS to accept, right? So we'll be doing this through our TCS, and I'll just go right into it. All right, so as you can see here, there's a list of already created connection endpoints. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go and create a new connection. Right, so this is the first screen that we get. Here I can just input the basic details of the kind of endpoint that I'm trying to create. I can first input the version. I can input the event type. So here I will choose ISO 222 because that's the type of financial message we're trying to ingest. And for the transaction type, since I am now trying to configure the connection for PAX4, so I'm going to write PAX4 here. And the content type is JSON because I shall be using a JSON payload. All right, so the related transaction field is basically if the user wants to link this transaction to a series of other transactions. For example, if there's a PAX8 message and then the editor is trying to create a PAX2 message which comes right after PAX8, so then they would link the transaction from here so that details are easier to fetch and the related transactions are in one series basically. So I'll leave it empty for now. All right, so we have the config payload where we can input our payload or we can load a JSON sample. Since I'm trying to configure a very specific PAX4 message, I have a payload here already, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. Right. And we see that the formatted preview is available for the user to go through. Right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and create the generated fields. So what we see here is that the entire schema from this payload has been generated. Now the user is able to edit the types of the field of each of the fields of this schema. And I'm able to change the type. I'm able to make it mandatory or non-mandatory. And all of this is so that whenever this kind of transaction comes into DEMS, it will be compared against the schema configuration that we're doing over here. So for now, I'm just going to leave things as they are because this is the generated schema. These are all of the inferred fields. And we can see the different nestings as well over here. So this looks good to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it. All right, so for the next step, which is mapping, since this is another detailed kind of tab that we have here. It's a detailed functionality, so I'm going to be covering this in the next video. So stay tuned.